Okay, so you sent me this article about the PS5.
Yeah.
And Sony is doing something interesting with like a retro theme.
Uh-huh.
I thought it would be cool to just like dive into this whole thing a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, everybody loves PlayStation nostalgia.
Everybody loves PlayStation.
Who doesn't love PlayStation?
Right. Well, I mean, they're really tapping into it with this new update.
Right.
I mean, they're letting people customize their consoles with like themes.
So like, what does that mean, themes?
Yeah, so like the look of the menu and stuff.
Okay.
But also the sounds, like the startup sounds.
Wow, from like all the way back to the PS1?
Yeah, all the way back to the PS1, PS2, PS3.
Oh, wow.
PS4.
So you could like boot up your PS5.
Yeah.
And it could like sound like a PS1.
Exactly.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. People are going crazy for this.
I bet.
Yeah.
Especially people our age.
Oh, yeah.
Like we grew up with this stuff.
That's...
So it's like a direct line back to our childhood.
Totally. I mean, so many hours spent with those consoles and those games.
Like what was your the first PlayStation you remember?
I think the first one I really got into was the PS2.
Okay.
I mean, the PS1 was around when I was a kid, but I don't think I really appreciated it.
You're too young.
I was too young, yeah. But the PS2, that was like when I really got into gaming.
Yeah, what about you?
What was your first?
It was definitely the PS1.
Okay.
I remember like getting it for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
And like hooking it up to my little TV in my room.
Awesome.
And just like being blown away by like the graphics.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this is like the first time I'd seen like real 3D graphics.
It's a game changer.
Yeah, it was amazing. And that startup sound.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
so iconic.
You just knew you were about to like go on an adventure.
Exactly. And I think that's what Sony's really trying to do here.
With this update.
Yeah, they're trying to like recapture that feeling.
That magic.
Yeah, that magic. And it's a smart move. I mean, the PlayStation brand is turning 30 this year.
Wow. 30 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about.
It is.
How long it's been around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's become like a real like icon in gaming.
Absolutely. I mean, it's had such a huge impact on the industry.
For sure.
And, this update is just one way they're celebrating that legacy.
Right.
They're also releasing a limited edition 30th anniversary PS5 Pro.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like styled after the original PlayStation.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think they're really going all in on the nostalgia.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get people excited.
Totally. And it's probably going to be a huge seller.
I bet. Yeah. Especially for collectors.
Yeah. People who want like the limited edition stuff, it's going to be a hot item.
So this update is like, they said it was a limited time thing, right?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Do you think it's actually going to be limited time? Or is it just like a marketing tactic?
That's a good question.
To get people to like jump on it now.
All right, like create some hype.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be.
Right.
It wouldn't be the first time a company's done something like that.
Yeah.
But, it could also be a genuine limited time thing.
Okay.
Maybe they're just testing the waters.
Yeah.
Seeing how people respond.
Okay.
And then maybe they'll bring it back later or, who knows?
Or maybe even expand on it. Like add more themes.
Yeah, like what if they added themes from other PlayStation consoles?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like the PSP or the Vita.
Yeah, that'd be really neat.
I mean, the possibilities are endless.
So what do you think, like from a technical standpoint, like how hard is it to get these old themes to work on the PS5?
I mean, it's probably not easy.
Wow.
These themes were designed for like completely different hardware. So they had to like translate those old assets and make sure they look and sound authentic.
Right.
But also run smoothly on the new hardware.
Yeah.
So it's probably a pretty big undertaking.
I mean, that makes you appreciate all the work that goes on behind the scenes, right? Like we just see the final product.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of effort that goes into it.
Absolutely.
So the article mentioned that like the author's favorite was the PS2 theme.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, the PS2 was a great console.
It was.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fond memories of it.
Me too.
So many great games came out during that era.
Like, what were some of your favorites?
Oh, man. So many. Like Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, Shadow of the Colossus, Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
Like, the list goes on and on.
Final Fantasy X.
Oh, yeah. Final Fantasy X was amazing.
Well, that was a great game.
It was like a turning point for the series.
Yeah.
And for RPGs in general.
It was like the first one that was like really cinematic.
Exactly. It was like playing a movie. Yeah. And the story was so good.
So good.
And the music.
Oh, the music was incredible.
So good.
Yeah, the PS2 era was definitely a special time for gaming.
It was.
And I think it holds a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people.
For sure.
And, you know, it was also a really important time for Sony.
How so?
Well, it was during that era that they really solidified their dominance in the console market.
Right.
You know, the PS2 was like a massive success.
Yeah, it was like the best-selling console of all time for a while.
Exactly. And it really cemented PlayStation as like the go-to brand for gaming.
And it's been like that ever since.
Pretty much.
So it's like they're building on that legacy now with the PS5.
Yeah. I mean, they're smart to do so.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, they're tapping into that nostalgia.
Right.
But they're also, you know, innovating and moving forward.
So you think this limited time thing could be like a test run for like future customization features?
Yeah. I mean, it's possible.
Okay.
What if they like opened up the platform to even more retro themes and sounds? And maybe even gameplay mechanics.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, like imagine playing a PS1 game,
Yeah.
but with like updated graphics.
Yeah.
Or like a PS2 game with like modern controls.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be a cool way to like experience those classic games in a new way.
Yeah, and like introduce them to a new audience.
Exactly.
Who maybe never got to play them before.
Yeah.
That would be really neat.
So yeah, I think this update is definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what Sony does with it in the future.
Yeah, me too.
I think there's a lot of potential there,
For sure.
you know, to really tap into that PlayStation legacy.
Yeah, and like create something really special for the fans.
Absolutely.
Well, this was a really cool deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, it's always fun to reminisce about our childhood gaming memories.
Totally. And who knows, maybe this update will inspire some new ones.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds for PlayStation.
Me too. All right, that's it for this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
See ya!